Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to SDTechWalk. In this video, we are going to discuss about recursive function in Python. Okay, before starting with, we need to know what is a recursive function. A function that calls itself is called a recursive function. Okay, now let me take an example and explain you how the recursive function works. So we are going to deal with the recursive function to find factorial of a given number. So how to calculate 5 factorial? We all know that 5 factorial is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, let's see how it works recursively to find 5 factorial. So first we have to write a function which will calculate factorial of the given number, and that fact function is being called now by passing the value 5. Okay, so now this function is being called and called with the number n is equal to 5. So how it works now recursively is it has to calculate 5 into 4 factorial. How do I find 4 factorial? Again, this 4 factorial will call the same function. That means it will call itself. So how it calls itself? It will pass 4 as the n value, and the same function is being called again. That is its fact of 4. So how this factor 4 will be calculated? 4 into 3 factorial. How the 3 factorial is calculated now? Again recursively it will call itself. So it will call fact of 3. So fact of 3, how it is being calculated? 3 into 2 factorial, and in a similar manner 2 factorial will be calculated by calling itself. That is, it will call the factorial function itself by passing the value 2. Now 2 into 1 factorial. Again, the same manner it will call recursively fact of 1. So 1 factorial, what it will do? It will return 1 from where it is being called. So it will return 1 to the function from where it is being called. That is, it will return to fact of 2. So now fact 2, that function will return to function from where it is being called. That means it is being called from fact of 3. So now fact of 3 is being calculated. 3 into 2, that is 6. So that will be returned to the function from where it is called. That is, it will return 6 to fact of 4. To that function it will return. Now 4 into 6, that is 24, will be returned to fact of 5. And now 5 into 24 will be calculated, and that is 120, and that is returned to the function from where it is being called. So the output value is being 120. So this is how the function will work recursively. So now let's move on to the PyCharm editor, and I will show you how to write the code to find the factorial function. The same thing, only in recursive manner. How to find it? We'll write it as a code here. Yes. So as we all know that define is the keyword, def is the keyword, and then the name of the function has to be given, and which parameter we are going to pass here, the list of parameters, that is only one value we are going to pass, and a colon. And automatically the tab space is being given here, that is the indentation is being followed. Now if n value is equal to 1, this is what we have done there, and it is returning 1. That's all is the code. And if not, what we need to do? We need to return n into, it must call itself by n minus 1. That's all is the recursive function. Actually, to write recursive function is easy. To visualize also it is easy. But whenever we write a recursive function, it's better to trace it with a paper and pencil so that we'll understand it better. Now this function has to be called. Okay. So the function is returning the value. So I will print that value. So now let me call with passing some value. So this function is being called now. So passing 5 only I have called now. Let me run and see. Yes, exactly. We have got. So already we have traced how it is being recursively calculated. Now, it is not to find only factorial of 5. We can generalize it. I want to take from the user. Let me take a variable x, and we can use the input function to get the input from the user. Enter the value of x. We can ask the user, and the x value we will pass it here instead of 5. So this is my x value. Okay. So whenever we use an input function, it will return a string. That means it will read it as a string. So we need to convert into an integer, because with integer only we can calculate the factorial value. So just now I have converted the value what we have read, that is as a string. So we have converted to integer by giving this int function, and that value is being stored in x. So now that x is being passed to the factorial function, and the value is being calculated, that is the factorial is calculated, and the resultant is being returned to the function, sorry, not to the function, from where it is being called, and we are printing it. So now let me run the program. Yes. Now let me give 4. Yes, 24 we have got. That's nice. One more time I wanted to execute. I want to try with 0. Oh, we are getting error because we didn't check for 0. 0 factorial is 1, we know. So directly what I will do, after taking my input value x, I want to check if my x whatever I have read is 0, then just I will print it 1, print 1, that's all. Else what we need to do here is, else we'll go for the function call. Okay. So now let me run again. Yes, I want to check with 0. Yes, 1. That's right. Now let me execute it again. I want to check for the negative value, -2. Yeah, we have got an error because we didn't check for the negative value. We can't calculate factorial for the negative numbers. So here, first we check for 0. If x is less than 0, what I must do? Just I want to give a message, positive numbers only. Else we go for the factorial. Other things are fine. So let me execute now, and let me check with the negative value. So here I will give -2. Yes, positive numbers only. That's fine. So any value we give, we are able to find the factorial. If it is 0, we are getting 1 factorial. And for negative values also, we get a message like positive numbers only. Good. And the tracing of recursion also, recursive function also we have seen. So that's it. We have come to the end of this video. Hope you have understood about what is a recursive function, and the example what we have discussed here. That is for the factorial function. Okay, if you have liked the video, please give me a like and share with your friends. If you have not subscribed SDTechWalk and you are in first time for SDTechWalk, please do subscribe my channel. And if any doubts or suggestions are there, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.